Alright, so I'm coming to you today. This video is going to be posted on my YouTube channel. So, let me mute my TV. Alright. So, next month on September 24th, I will be getting a hysterectomy. It's undecided right now on whether it's going to be the C-section or the laparoscopy or laparoscopy. I know I'm mispronouncing it, so don't kill me. But I'm very nervous about this. I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos about it, seeing what a lot of people's outcomes have been. So I know the best thing that, oh my, off subject, but not too far from here, looks like a tornado touchdown. Okay, all right. So I am 37 years old. I do have 2 boys. The reason why I am getting this procedure done is for my menstrual cycle. My menstrual cycle over the past, I want to say 4 years, has been very, very off. I might get it 2 times a month. I might not get it. I have very heavy flows to the point where my iron, I couldn't build up enough blood and my iron was dropping. So I became iron deficiency and anemic. Let me tell you, normal blood count is 13. Okay, mine was a 7. I was walking dead. In 2017, I started noticing that I was having cravings for starch. Yes, starch. The starch that you put in food, like a thickening agent to make gravy or to make your stew a little bit thicker. That's what I was eating and I was craving. So I was eating, I'm not even gonna lie, I was eating like a can or 2 within 3 days. And it got very bad. And the only thing I wanted to do was sleep. I barely had energy for anything. I had to get my kids up for school. So by the time, I'm getting them dressed and fixing them breakfast, I'm like done. Completely done. Just ready to go to sleep. Really couldn't get it together. So one day I went and looked in the mirror and I pulled my eyelid down. And it was so pale. It was ridiculous. Like, it looked like I had no blood flow, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, something clearly isn't right. I think my blood count is low. So I go to my doctor and my primary care, and I tell him all my symptoms. And I told him, I'm like, I'm starting to crave starch. He's like, what do you mean starch? I'm like, starch, like the starch you use for your clothes. I'm craving that. He's like, okay, that sounds like pike. And it's this weird disorder, or yeah, it's a disorder where people want to eat like chalk and stuff like that. So he sends me to a hematologist. Before he sends me to the hematologist, he makes me get blood work done. And he calls me back and he says, yes, Ada, we need you to get iron injections. Whatever the hematologist says is more than likely going to be iron injections. Hopefully it doesn't have to be a blood transfusion. At this point, I'm freaking out. Like, what do you mean blood transfusion? Like, am I going to die? Like, what's going on? And he tells me, your blood count is 7. I'm like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. He's like, no. He's like, you're walking dead. A normal blood count is 13. So I'm like, okay, what's going on now? So, they go through the questions of the family history. And I know on my mom's side, they deal with messed up periods and a lot of hysterectomies and stuff like that. So, when I see the hematologist, I get my iron injections in 2017, blood count boop, right back up. I think I did five to seven injections. Goes right back up. So now we come to 2018. And I go back to the hematologist. Blood count was down again, but this time it was at 10. So it went low, but it didn't go low. So they give me the iron injections again, and they tell me to see my OBGYN. So I go to my OBGYN and I tell them what's going on and, how to get iron injections, So they put me on a birth control that has iron in it. So this basically, gives you your daily iron that you're supposed to get every day. So, I've been taking this birth control, I want to say, for about a year now. And I have had no issues. Now I go get an ultrasound done on my uterus to find out that I have fibroids in my uterus. 2, they were like the size of grapes. They just caused me mild cramping. Nothing major, just mild cramping. These past 6 months, I have been in excruciating pain. And it feels like something is, sitting, like something is just like leaning in my abdomen or just like really pushed down on my abdomen. So my doctor was like, my OBGYN was like, well, maybe your fibroids have gotten bigger. So I have to go get an ultrasound on my uterus on September 4th. And then I have to go back to my OBGYN on September 11th. I forgot what that appointment is, but anyway, I have to go back to see him on the 11th. I did all my paperwork for work, so that way, I'm still going to get paid while I'm at work. My whole thing is the whole pain process. Like, I can deal with pain. I've had 2 C-sections. My first C-section, I really didn't know what to expect. Keywords, first C-section. It was rough. It was very rough. You have to learn to sneeze, cough, burp, fart, and poop all over again. You just can't, and breathe all over again, because you just can't do what you want to do, because C-section is a very major surgery too. Your muscles get stretched. They're cutting major nerves. It's a lot that goes on with a C-section. I'm not gonna, get into detail. If you want to know about it, you can look a C-section up on YouTube. They show everything. Had 2 of those. So my first one, didn't know what was gonna go down. It was terrible afterwards. The healing process was very, very weird. So, my second one, I was up way quicker. My downtime was the same amount of time for recovery, but because they had to go up a little further because I have herniated discs in my back, so they couldn't actually go where they needed to go. So it took me a little bit longer to come up out of the, the numbing from from right underneath my breast on down. So I come up out of that, and you're not walking straight the first day, you're walking hunched over. Within a week, I was walking up straight. I did really good with that. My whole thing with this hysterectomy is I don't honestly know how I'm gonna feel afterwards. Ooh, who is that cutie patootie in that picture back there? Let me block that number out. Oh, she is cute, honey. She is cute. Well, that number doesn't even matter anymore. That's an old number. I don't even have it, but that's me. It's one of my paintings I did with Painting with a Twist. But yeah, so I just don't know what to expect with this. I'm very nervous. Still trying to find somebody to come with me, and they basically told me like I have to get another. Now mind you, all this COVID stuff is going on. So back in April, the emergency room I went to said that my 9-year-old and myself had COVID, and we did not. We had bronchitis, which was very crazy because we both have asthma, but we had all the symptoms, and I can understand, but they put us down in the record as having COVID. So now every time, I take my son to this emergency room, if it's nighttime, like he ran a fever for 2 days and he wasn't like really feeling good, and he was very lethargic. So I took him to the emergency room because it was at night, because his fever went crazy high. Like, I know how to take care of my kids. I know the Tylenol, Motrin thing, the night, not a cold bath, but a room temperature that has a slight chill. You give him a bath in that. No milk, Pedialyte, apple juice, push the clear fluids. I know how to do all of that. So, I was doing that all day. His temperature stayed down, and like always at night when stuff wants to kick off, boom, here goes his fever. So I rushed him over to the emergency room. And they're like, oh, we see you guys had COVID. And I'm like, no, the ER doctor said that we did because we had a lot of symptoms, but really no, we have bronchitis. They're like, oh no, you guys had COVID. I'm like, whatever. I know this is totally off subject of what, my surgery, this hysterectomy is about. But I have to get that test all over again. I am not excited for that at all. That thing felt like it was all the way up here. Literally. She was, she was very gentle. We didn't have like the big Q-tip like everybody else got. It was the real thin one that I want to say it's the one they use to swab your throat for when you get strep throat. Because I got strep throat a lot as a little kid and as an adult, and they had to take my tonsils out. And I remember that little Q-tip end on a long wooden stick, swabbing the throat, making you gag. But yeah, so that's one thing I'm nervous about. And I just have to really prepare myself for this. I also have a very high bed, so I'm going to be transitioning into a different bed that's lower, so I can actually get in the bed without any issues or anything. And yeah, I've been deep cleaning my house. I'm going to continue to deep clean it. The day before, I am going to get up and I am going to go to work. I get out of work early that day, but I am actually going to, do my last load of laundry, make sure the kids have everything they need, make sure the babysitter's here, and go from there. So, comment below if you've had a hysterectomy and how it felt. And if you don't mind commenting your age. People are saying I'm young, but my sister had one at 35 or 36. She had one. And it's like, here I go having one. So, comment below. Let me know what you experienced. How you felt afterwards, how you felt before. I am very nervous. My doctor did say he might end up giving me some Valium once I get to the hospital, just so I can be calm. But I'm just like, I don't know. You're asking for a lot. Oh, these nails, they are coming off. I do nails, so I'm always experimenting. You're always going to see, like, my hand is never going to match. Like right now, they do match. For the most part, they do match, except for this finger, because this finger popped off. So I just try to these new tips that I got. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a Louis Vuitton tip. And it's very long. Like, I like very long nails, but when I get my surgery, I am going to have these off. I'm going to get some crystal clear acrylic. I'm going to put some tips on, but I'm going to cut them very, very, very short. My nails are going to be cute. I'm not going in there, you know. Oh, and I also heard that you cannot shave the night before because, like, you're getting surgery and they don't want to risk the infection. You know, they don't want to risk you getting an infection or whatever. So I am going to, surgery's on the 24th. So on the 22nd, I'm going to shave everything. When I mean everything, I'm shaving everything. Like, I can't go into the hospital hairy because I am a hairy female. Like, I have to shave possibly every, if I was gonna, like, I shave every week. So I'm definitely going to have everything shaved up, get my hair done and do what I need to do, get my kids haircuts so they could be all straight. They are doing virtual learning. Isn't this crazy? So my 8th grader is doing virtual learning for his whole school year. That's what they decided. And my youngest, I decided for him to do virtual learning because he has asthma, I have asthma, and honestly, I don't know where these kids and parents have been. They could have traveled, not saying by airplane, but by car, went to a family member's house. That family member could have been around somebody at work. Like, this stuff just travels, and I just want to be extra cautious. So with that being said, I am about to stop this video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I am going to be uploading more videos. I haven't uploaded a video to my channel in forever, but now I really need to start doing that. So with this being said, hit the like button, comment if you ever had a hysterectomy, subscribe to this channel, and tune in for more videos from me, your girl, Ada Nicole. Mwah. Good night.